welcome to the My5 fifth quarter. I'm Scott Johnson. This is Jason Fielder. And I'll tell you what, week 6 means that teams can start clinching playoff berths as long as you're undefeated. And I'll tell you what, there's one team from, as they say, the Jack, that was in the Dome last year that might be making some reservations to kind of get back down that way.
Well, I think they're going to take it 1 week at a time, but they certainly look like they're on their way to making it back to Ford Field, Scott. And they lost a lot of guys from last year's team. He's talking, of course, about the Clare Pioneers taking on the Meridian Mustangs tonight. They enter the ball game both 4-1, tied for second in the Jack Pine, because coming into tonight, Harrison was in first place. Early in this one, Jimmy Van Nortwick picked off by Travis Smith, Pioneers with great field position. But then 2 plays later, they give the ball right back to Meridian as there's a botched snap. Meridian would drive down to the 11-yard line. It'd be 4th and 7 late in the first, still tied at 0. Van Nortwick finding over the middle. John Miron making it 7-0 Meridian. At this point, I'm thinking this game is going to go back and forth and be a big-time dogfight right down to the end. I was wrong, because from there it is all Clare Pioneers. Brent Luplow, Coach Luplow's son, with a touchdown pass to Chase Grove. And the Pioneers win tonight. They move to 5-1. 35-14 the final score. We want to welcome into the fifth quarter right now, live on the phone, Kelly Luplow, the head coach of the Clare Pioneers. And Coach, big win tonight on your rival's soil.
Well, it was a huge win for us, there's no question. We knew going in that this was going to determine a lot in our conference, and especially after getting beat by Harrison, and also, you know, trying to get into that playoff run again. So it was big. We played very well tonight. It was a hard-fought game.
I mean, Coach, 7-7 there early in the second quarter after you scored that touchdown. But, I mean, from that point on, you outscored them 35-7. Were there halftime adjustments made, and what did you do differently?
We didn't do a whole lot of adjustments at halftime. We did talk about a little bit of blocking up front. But our kids were playing hard on defense. Our defense was all over the place. And then, you know, we were just patient on offense. We did a good job of looking for the seams, and we got them. And, you know, they were real patient on offense. I was very happy with that.
Coach, obviously you had the setback this season, but at the same time your team is playing well. What has been the secret the last couple of years?
I just think it's, you know, the kids just believing in each other. I know last year that's what it was, and I think last year's team kind of set it up for this year's team. They learned a lot from last year. I mean, we got a lot of first-year guys playing and a lot of new positions, but they believe in themselves and they believe in each other, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes to win.
All right, Coach, congratulations on tonight's win, and best of luck with the rest of the schedule in the Jack.
All right, thank you.
Okay, once again, Kelly Luplow, the head coach of the Clare Pioneers. Let's talk a little SBL right now, because there was a big one on the docket.
That's right. Dow, 4-1, visiting unbeaten Bay City Western. Western coming in, having won 9 of the last 11 meetings between these two schools. And, of course, Western has scored at least 50 points in every game this season. But as you can see, early third quarter, 14-0 Dow. 4th and 4 on their Western 47. Dow goes for it. Eric Schwenk gets the carry and gets the yardage and then some. And then the very next play, Schwenk just refusing to go down. He had a heck of a ball game with over 150 yards and 5 touchdowns. This was one of them. And this thing was all Dow Chargers tonight. They came out and made a statement in this game at the cornfield on homecoming as they go on to beat up the Western Warriors 41-14, the first loss of the season for Western. And I'm sure somewhere Jason McIntyre, the head coach of Mount Pleasant, is thinking, thank you very much, Midland Dow.
All right, how about Saginaw versus Heritage tonight? The battle between the two, the Hawks and the Trojans. Pick this one up here. It's going to be Jake Carmichael breaking loose for the Hawks. He's going to go the distance here for the touchdown, as they get on the board right there. But the High, you know, they got some talent on their team. One guy is DeAnthony Arnett, and he is looking pretty sharp here on this little run here as he gets around the corner, gets finally driven out down by the 2-yard line. Then it's Marcus Elamine is going to bring it in for the touchdown for the High. But this one is Heritage in the end, as they win a high-scoring affair by the final score of 48-24. All right, another score for you. The game of the week on our good friends ESPN 100.9. That's Midland and News Radio 1250, of course. Midland wins 35-7 over the Wolves today. And to talk about that game, let's bring in the News Radio guys from 1250. We're talking about Wesley and Steve. How's it going, guys? What did you think of that one?
Well, Scott and Jason, this is just another night at the office for the Midland High running backs. Last year it was Charlie Leffingwell. This year you've got Toby Wilson and Avery Chapman. 3 touchdown runs for Wilson, 2 for Chapman West. Midland rolls, going up 21-0, then pulling away.
Yeah, no question. That's a rolling snowball right now, the Midland Chemics. And it's been since the Gerald Ford administration, since the Chemics have not gotten 5 wins or more. 34 consecutive years for the Chemics to get 5 wins or more. That's just incredible in these days. I mean, that's just amazing.
We mentioned the running backs, Wes, but Alex Rapanos, 8 of 15 tonight for 102 yards.
Didn't have to do much.
Accentuated that offense for Eric Methner and the Chemics. They move on, and then next week, Bay City Western, Mount Pleasant, the game of the week here on News Radio 1250 and ESPN Radio 100.9.
And guys, we'll have to see if the Warriors can pull the bootstraps up, because that was a tough loss. And the Warriors, for them, is a huge 3-game stretch, and they started off pretty bad because they played Dow, of course, and lost to them. And then next week they play Mount Pleasant, and then they play Midland High. So, you know, the Warriors, we were talking them up as being a front runner for the SVL title. There's a shot that they couldn't even make the playoffs because they have to play Bay City Western. If they lose 3 straight here and have to play Western and Coach Morley Frazier in the final game of the season, you know they're going to want to hand them a good stink burger, and we'll have to see what happens in that last game there.
It's going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we appreciate it. I'll tell you what, SBO is going to be fun to watch throughout the rest of the season here. And so is the Thumb. Daryl Sellers had a front row seat for that.
Yes, I did, Scott, and it was a great game tonight. USA, they had a tough time against Cass City last week, got through that. Can they get through Vassar on homecoming this week? Another tough one for the Patriots. Check it out here as the Vulcans storming on the field, and they stormed in the first half. But right here, you see a 73-yard run. Touchdown for the USA Patriots, Tim Camfield, and they go up 6-0 after missing the 2-point conversion. But the Vulcans were determined to come back in this one. As you see right here is Kevin Pratt, busts up the middle right here, untouched for about 20 yards, bowls over a tackler, pulled down after a 35-yard gain. Then later, it's going to be going into the air. It's Arnheimer. He's going to throw it to this guy, Justin, for a touchdown, and extra point no good, and it's 6-6. And Pratt would score again after an interception, and they go up 12-6 early, and they win 34-20 and upsetting the Patriots, and that's a big one. Now the Patriots are still reeling a little bit after 2 games and losing tonight.
All right, Daryl, thanks a lot. How about Andre Rison, Jason?
Still looking for his first victory as a head coach of Flint Northwestern, taking on 3-2 Swartz Creek. Homecoming, of course, for the Dragons. So many schools had homecoming tonight. Third quarter, 4th down for the Wildcats. I tell you what, Coach Rison has done a fabulous job with his receivers. That makes sense, doesn't it? They are an excellent group of guys. That was Michael Henry scoring a touchdown, making it 21-10 Flint Northwestern. On the ensuing kickoff, though, the captain of Swartz Creek puts the game on his back, gets a little help, and he is busting out into the open. Almost celebrates a little too soon there. He did get flagged for the finger pointing. 91 yards to the house. Dragons would go for 2 and miss, so they're down by 5. Later, look at how close this field goal comes to going in. Raheem Dudley misses, and guess what? That would have ended up being the game-winning points as Northwestern loses tonight 22-21.
Missed it by that much.
So close. Great work by Donnie.
All right, how about the Tri-Valley Conference for you? Freeland and Hemlock hooking up. Freeland, of course, looking for a spot in the playoffs with their 6th victory. Hemlock at 4-1 coming in. And here comes Justin Penninger here. Breaks one up the middle, goes for about 20. Before he is finally stopped. He would have a nice game in this one, 209 yards rushing. He gets the touchdown here. Freeland goes on to win this game by the final score of 35-14. How about Tri-Valley West? Carlton 2-3, needing the win to stay alive, hosting 4-1 Merrill. Of course, the Vandals looking to take another step towards a playoff spot. On the attack, Kyle Tack goes over the 1,000-yard passing mark with that little reception there to hookup, I should say, to Kyle Mayan for the big gainer. Carlton didn't have much offense in this one. Cameron Goschke, nice run up the middle here. He'll get the ball stripped from him, but they get the ball back to the Cavaliers. Next time with the ball, the Cavs can't keep Tyler Guthrie out of the end zone. He goes 54 yards on this romp to the house, and it's all Merrill in this one as they end up going on and winning 35-0.
The Ithaca Yellow Jackets are ruling the Tri-Valley West. Tonight, they knocked off Valley Lutheran 69-6. 8 different players scored a touchdown, which is a testament to head coach Terry Hesbrook, who has been named the Detroit Lions High School Coach of the Week. Coach Hesbrook says the Yellow Jackets will not rest on where they are right now.
Well, we got a lot of seniors, and we rely on those kids to keep the kids focused. And I told the kids in film on Monday, I said, if you think I'm going to let up on you, if our coaching staff's going to let up on you because you won one game against St. Charles, I said, you're sadly mistaken. We'll probably be harder on them the next couple of days than we have been. You know, we just try and pay attention to the details right now and get the little things done.
Well, right now they're getting all the things done with it.
Yeah, #1 ranked team in their division. They look like one of the state's top teams, and Nizhnak is obviously one of the state's top quarterbacks.
Well, they could borrow that pencil I was talking about for Detroit, possibly. All right, we're going to have more of the 5th quarter, and of course, we want you to sign up for our Facebook at WNEM Friday Night Lights, and that's all you have to do to search that out. You can become a friend of us on Facebook, of course. Of us, we have more of the 5th quarter coming up after this timeout.